And I think we talked about it a little bit at the start, but I'd love to sort of circle back to, we've got a lot of carpenters and, you know, builders out there that have families.
Yep.
And we're always interested to know, sort of, with a big family like yours, how do you navigate making sure that you spend enough time with, you know, with loved ones and get your work done and sort of still be able to manage everything that you do? Obviously, you lean on Nina, and she's a big help.
Yep, she is.
But how do you? What sort of priorities do you put in place to make sure that you can be there for them?
I'm really glad you asked this question. It's probably one of the biggest ones guys ask. And even in the networking group, they say the same thing. They say, "Oh, why do you turn your phone off at 5 o'clock on a Friday?" I said, "Because I love my wife. I love my family. As a matter of fact, that's the whole reason I'm doing this. It's not the other way around." So when I started Joseph the Worker, which is what JTW stands for, it was not about me. It was dedicated to St. Joseph the Worker because we're Catholic. And I made a promise to Nina. I said, I will never work weekends because I can be a workaholic.
You got that in you.
I've got it in me. Seeing Dad work his guts out. So I said, my commitment to you is that if you support me and help me, which I knew she would, and get behind it, then my commitment is family first. And that was built into the culture of JTW. They never work Saturdays, ever. There's no one on my site on a Sunday. Subbies sometimes try and work on a weekend. I'll probably allow a Saturday, but a Sunday, absolutely not. You know, it's very smart that we have one day of rest. I think it's very providential. We need that to recharge. You know, we can't give 100% if we're running on empty. The dashboard lights are there for a reason. If you're on empty, go and fill up. So I made that dedication to the family, and they're number one. They're my life. It's the whole reason why I started JTW, was to provide not just a good lifestyle and support my family, but to then potentially give them a legacy and an opportunity to come into the business and have a succession plan. But if I don't get my priorities right, Matty, it's all down the drain. You know, I need, in order for me to bring my best, I need to give my best to them.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And as a new family man myself, I'm still navigating, you know, the sort of sleepless nights and I don't know, just trying to be the best version of yourself. But you're right, you've got to use the weekends as best you can to recharge and then sort of come back stronger. And you know, I think the one thing that I've sort of been learning recently is sort of service before self, almost. It sounds terrible, but I have things to do, and I've got to look after my son, I've got to look after my partner, and, you know, make sure that she's okay. And like, it's, I don't know, there's nothing like feeling like you've done a great job. And I think you get that same satisfaction from building as well, where, you know, it's going to be tough, but if you can come out the other side and you can see what you've done, and you know, you've got happy clients, happy staff as well. You know, you sort of I guess you've gone through, seen the light.
Well done to you for having a family, because we need more families. we're below repopulation rate, so it's good.
That's right.
Can I just mention a couple of quick tips?
Please.
Just a few tips, because I want to be practical, and like you say, how do these guys get the balance right? A couple of things that I really learnt was either have 2 SIMs on your phone, a work SIM and a personal, or have 2 phones, whatever works for you, and put down a process and stick to it. So say, for example, your day starts at 6:30 or 6 and it finishes at 5 or 5:30, whatever your schedule is. Try and stick to it. It's hard, but I know for me, you know, if it runs over 5 o'clock, you know, it puts pressure at the other end on the family. And if I'm not following through on my end of the bargain, it forms challenges in relationships. So switch off. Switch off to switch on is a great way of looking at it. The other thing would be, give people your time frames of when you're available. So if you've got it in your little subject on your signature on your email, put your work hours available, put it on your voicemail. Make sure you put those systems in place to support your family, to insulate your family, to protect them, so that Dad's not at the dinner table taking down leads and no.
It's a boundary.
It is exactly right. Have boundaries is spot on. Otherwise, you will let people just really push you around everywhere and anywhere, and this is the way that, you know, you design your business and the way that you communicate and the hours that you're available.
Well, there's also no reason why you can't, you know, if someone calls you at 7 p.m, you know, unless it's an emergency, there's no real need that it couldn't happen at 9 o'clock the next morning.
Exactly right.
You know, so there's nothing that crazy that's happening where you would be required, unless there's a flood or there's something going on that you need to attend to. But I think that's a big one, is setting your boundaries and making sure that you still have time for yourself as well, because you go mad. I recently learned about the Eisenhower, I can't even say it, Eisenhower matrix. Okay. And it's named after one of the presidents of the United States. And essentially it's a graph that talks about urgent, important, non-urgent, and not important. Yep. And it's brilliant, because what you think is urgent is not urgent. Unless the house is burning down or there's a flood, it's not urgent. No. You think it's urgent because it's like, I want to do it, but can it be done tomorrow? Yes, it can. Yep. Do I have to break into the family schedule to answer that call or read that email? Probably not. Yeah. So I think you're right. You're saying balance and priorities. That's where it's at. Yeah. Well, I love talking to you today, mate.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks for coming on and speaking. I'd love to, if anyone wants to find you, any clients, any other builders, carpenters, where can they find you?
Yeah, great. So just jump online. JTW Building Group is easy. You'll find us on Instagram. You'll find us on Facebook, LinkedIn. The website's quite good, and you'll see a lot of testimonials and some video value adds as well to help people. And then if you're interested as a tradie, we'd love to have you come down to the Ethical Trades Night. We'd love to see you there if you can spare the time. It's hard during the evenings, but once a quarter, we're just trying to help other trades level up and add value. It's all complimentary. So
fantastic. And one last thing, what does it mean to have been a member for so long, and sort of what do you think it's brought to you and your business over the years? Yeah, thanks, matey.
Definitely support. I think as a single one-man band, you think you're just so alone and you don't know much about the building industry when you start. So to have that network or family of Carpentry Australia, other businesses, it's great. I'm constantly speaking to other guys, how are you finding this? And it's such a great support network. And I think unless you're part of something like that, you can feel very alone. So I've appreciated the support, and I've appreciated having the resources available, because you're time poor. Yeah. And if you've done the work, which clearly, and you guys do great work, very methodical, very professional, so you can see it and you go, this is great, because I can hang my hat on that resource and go to it for industry updates. For SWIM's paperwork, which looks outstanding, stuff like that. So it's the support. Yeah. I love it. Well, thanks for coming in today. Thanks for having me.
It's been a really good chat.